Okay, so another good fight. This card is stacked, as you know. Vergil Ortiz Jr. versus Israil Madrimov. Ortiz Jr., I suppose, wasn't he supposed to fight Ennis? Was it Ennis he was initially supposed to be fighting on this card?
Well, it was a lot of different motion going on with Vergil Ortiz. I think that the Boots fight was tricky because Boots is still at welterweight. There was conversations about him moving up, not moving up. This is him talking right after a fight, which is probably the worst time to interview guys. A lot of emotions. Boots had a goal. He wants to be a unified champion at welterweight, and you can't be a unified champion if you move up to 154 to fight Vergil Ortiz with no belts on the line. So I think eventually that fight will happen, and I hate using this word marinate, but that fight is still marinating. Crazy as that sounds, but they will fight because they're on a collision course to fight, But right now, Vergil Ortiz is at 154. In my humble opinion, the deepest division in all of boxing. The casual fans, they might not know, but you and I both know that division is loaded. It's loaded.
We've had some pretty good upsets as well recently with guys like the guy who beat Tim Zizou, the guy who beat him, what was his name? Mutazaliev.
Eastern European.
Yeah,
Eastern European. Who are like having a surge right now in boxing, like just all over the place. Despite what happened to the little guy that Keyshawn beat on last week.
I saw that.
That guy.
The Ukrainian fighter.
Things ain't go too good for him. But anyway, so back to Vergil Ortiz. Look, FaZe, I told you I think this is the best fight on the card. I think this is the hand, with the exception of Beterbiev and Bivol. Hot take here. I think this fight is going to upstage Beterbiev and Bivol as far as like from an action standpoint.
Why do you say that though? What about this fight makes you think it's going to be more action than any of the others?
Let me ask you a question. Let me flip that question to you. Have you ever seen Vergil Ortiz in a boring fight since he's been a pro?
No, he definitely he's got those traits as he comes forward. He throws a lot of punches, but I think because this is 154, he had a great fight against Boychuk at 154, but his punch power maybe hasn't translated as much. Madrimov is a big 154. We saw Madrimov but big 154 he is, and he moves a lot, feints a lot. Will that deter Ortiz? I don't know, but I agree. It's going to be a good matchup. But I'm interested as well how it plays out. I mean, how do you see? Boychuk is I think he's also Ukrainian, so his style is not too dissimilar to.
He's the Euro guy.
Madrimov is Uzbekistani. Ortiz had some trouble against Boychuk. It was dropped twice. So how do you see it? Madrimov's a lot better, I believe, than Boychuk as well. How do you see that going then?
Styles make fights. So the people are going to be shocked how this fight plays out, because you're going to see how Ortiz looked in his last fight and how Madrimov looked in the Crawford fight, but then how Madrimov's going to look in this fight with Vergil Ortiz. That's why triangle theories, they don't work in boxing. I post about it all the time, and people are always scratching their head. But, being a student of this game, know that you got to throw all those matchups out the window, right? And look at the two matchups that's in front of us, because these two styles are going against each other. So let's break it down for a second. So Madrimov, obviously, when it comes to footwork and movement, hands down, it's no question who has the better footwork and speed, everything, all the athleticism, the footwork, all that goes to Madrimov. Now, when it comes to body punching and timing, I'm going to give that to Vergil Ortiz. And Madrimov, I think, there's going to be frustrating moments for Vergil Ortiz just because the movement and that style takes a couple rounds to get down pat. We saw even with Crawford had to get it down pat. It's very awkward. It's a lot of motioning going on. He's like a mixture of, and I'm about to throw some crazy names out here, Lomachenko, Usyk, all those. But he got that tricky step forward, step back, like Dmitry Bivol. So you mix all these guys and put them in there and make a fighter, you're going to kind of get Madrimov. He has a lot of their style. He do a lot of, motioning when he's not throwing punches. This stuff frustrate guys. Now, it's not going to frustrate a guy like Crawford because he done seen everything and he's well seasoned. He's Bud Crawford. I just think the timing of Vergil Ortiz is going to slow a lot of that down. I think he's going to slow a lot. I see a lot of body shots from Vergil Ortiz, and I'm about to go on a bold prediction. I think he's going to stop Madrimov via body shot. Vergil Ortiz.
So you don't think Madrimov's constant movement, feinting, will slow Ortiz down?
Yes and no. I think Vergil Ortiz got a sneaky, underrated jab. It's not just I'm gonna just follow you around and unload body shot. Like Ortiz is a sneaky skill fighter, and what I mean by sneaky, he's doing things that doesn't always look pleasing to the eye while you're watching it, but while you're in a ring with it, it's happening. And again, he's like I don't want to say a poor man's Earl Spence, because I think that he could potentially be on a level where Earl Spence was, if not even might even have a better career. But it's the high guard, physical aggression. It's a very physical style, and I think this would be his third fight at 154. Well, this will be the second. I think the first guy
second for Ortiz, isn't it?
I think it's third, but the first guy he fought wasn't a welterweight. Wasn't a super welterweight. He was a welterweight who they brought up to super welterweight. This will be his second. I just feel like some guys' face got an it factor. They got that it factor. I think Vergil Ortiz is a winner. I think he's a future potential world champion. And I think it's going to take a really, really special fighter to listen to what I'm about to say, convincingly beat him. Now, some would say he got somewhat of a gift his last fight. But the way he was able to work his way back into that fight, look, these aren't easy guys to look good against. These are guys that, again, your casual uncle or cousin would not know. And look, a lot of boxing fans don't know these guys. Some of these Eastern European fighters is left off of the invitation list, so to speak. Like, you know what? We're not inviting them to the party because they could potentially spoil the party. So these guys that they're fighting, nobody's in a rush to fight these guys. But Ortiz is another one of these decorated amateurs. Now, it's not the same as some of these guys that, like Madrimov, got a decorated amateur pedigree, former Olympian and all that. But, Ortiz has fought a lot of different styles coming up through the amateur ranks in America. And I just think that he has a style that can potentially problematic for Madrimov. Does a lot of leaping and lunging too, bro. He's another lunger. And I just think when you fight guys that got good timing, I think he's going to offset that. That leaping and lunge is going to be offset with timing. And he's going to slow Madrimov down the way people, I think Madrimov is going to slow him down. People are going to be shocked with this fight.
Well, I'm interested because it's at 154 pounds. Ortiz hasn't had many fights that weight. Is it going to slow Ortiz down with a naturally bigger 154, natural 154 pounder? Is it going to slow Ortiz down? Because he punches a lot. He's aggressive. Is it going to slow him down?
He's aggressive.
And that's going to be tough against Madrimov's movement and he's perpetual on motion. But I'm sort of sitting on the fence with this one because I agree that it's going to be it could possibly be an explosive fight. But it's going to be
it's going to be the best.
It's going to be a tough one to pick. Yeah.
I'm telling everybody. Yeah, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Leaning slightly towards Madrimov, but as you said, Ortiz, he's a winner, and he seems to find a way.
He's a winner, man. Some guys, you gotta remember, man. Like it's some fights. Look, Jalen Hurts. I'm sorry, shameless Eagles plug here. Look, it might not look the way you want it to look, but the guy wins. And
let me just switch off for a second.
The guy from across the pond with his Washington, Commanders jersey on, right? Yeah, But anyway, no, he's really a Washington Commanders fan. This is hilarious. As fate would have it, you're a Commanders fan. Obviously, I'm an Eagles fan. And, we built this bond through boxing, and both of our teams happen to play in the same division, like crazy. And your team is finally starting to look good again, and it's. It's crazy how life works like that, right? But no, I just think that I think people look, bro. I just think styles make fights, and I just think that timing offsets a lot of that stuff. You know, and I just think Madrimov, he can be a little careless at times. You know, and it's funny how Crawford don't fight like Vergil Ortiz, and Vergil Ortiz don't fight like Crawford. And when you say that, I think people think that like you're dissing one fighter over the other. Look, Crawford is a way better fighter than Vergil Ortiz. If they both were to fight, I think Crawford might beat Vergil Ortiz easier than he fought Madrimov. But I
definitely.
think
the Madrimov fight was good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But styles make fights. I think Vergil Ortiz style fits Madrimov's style better because of the mere fact he leaves his feet and comes forward. And Vergil Ortiz has impeccable timing. That's why I'm picking him to win by potential body shot.
Yeah, I think the way to fight the sort of Russian, Eastern European style is a little bit more pressure.
Yes. Yeah.
Controlled aggression, but keep staying in front of them.
Stay in front of them, and you have to. What's Usyk? Although unfortunately we haven't seen it because nobody had the ingredients to exploit it. I still think Usyk is vulnerable to the body. I think what happened in the Du Bois fight was a real thing, despite them not calling it a knockdown. I thought it was real.
Yeah, and there's a case for saying that Usyk's toughest fight as a heavyweight was against Derek Chisora, who brought pressure.
Who brought? But the thing about it is, none of those guys had the skills to. This is the thing.
Yeah.
Can you sustain it?
Isn't it?
Yeah, but you can show flashes of this stuff, but can you sustain it? I think Vergil Ortiz, what happened to him in that last fight was the best thing that probably could have happened to him. He won 12 rounds with a durable, tough Eastern European guy. He had to get up off the canvas. Did he get knocked down twice? I can't remember. I forgot.
Yeah, twice. Pretty sure it's twice, yeah.
Twice. That's the heart of a champion. He got up off the ground, weathered the storm, and fought to a close fight. If he was to lose to Madrimov, would I be shocked? No, not at all, because again, this is a 50-50 fight. That can go either way. I'm just picking Vergil Ortiz because I just think that we talk about trajectories and guys that's heading in one direction versus one guy heading in another. And I just saw something that happened in a Crawford fight where Crawford stopped him in his tracks with a body shot. He didn't go to the body a lot. Crawford picked his shots. Well, I think Vergil Ortiz will be knocking on that door a lot more to see what's home. So there you have it, bro. That's what I'm going with.
Yeah, gonna be a good one.